Hi, I'm Nikki Hammond, and I'm going to start off right off the bat. What surprised me with this course is how much I actually learned from it. I always thought that I was technologically savvy or advanced, and I always knew how important it was to incorporate it into my future classroom, but I never realized how many more tools there are out there that I could have been using. So that's ultimately what surprised me the most. And I usually like to pride myself on how just like growth mindset and open-minded I am, but I guess like I was just so close-minded that I thought that I was totally fine. And so that was a good reminder to constantly be looking on how to improve myself as an effective teacher for my future classrooms. So something that I loved about this course was how much it taught me, first of all, and second of all the tools that I learned, and I'm so excited to use them and explore them more. But a couple of those would be the Adobe Spark page and the Wakelet. And the podcast. I really enjoyed that too, I remember. So the Adobe Spark page I really enjoyed because I think that I will use it so much, especially if like I'm ever gone and I need a substitute. I could easily make the lesson plan on Adobe Spark page, send it to the substitute so they're on board with what they need to do in advance, so there's just no confusion. So they'll be prepared and they'll know exactly what they need to do. Plus, making them was not hard at all. There's a huge plus button when you want to add something. You can add captions, you can add links, you can add videos right from YouTube. So I found that highly effective, and it was just all laid out so beautifully. So the second one was the Wakelet. I really enjoyed that. First, I was very overwhelmed by it all, just like the numbers at first, like you need 50 collections, and I was like, oh my goodness, like it's gonna be very time consuming. But the time part, it was so much fun exploring, and I loved picking like one specific topic. So like for science, like looking up the water cycle and finding assignments, quizzes, lesson plans, games to play for the water cycle. That was so fun. And so like if I ever wanted to do a whole course over Anne Frank, for example, you type in Anne Frank, a couple keywords, and you will find all these Wakelet collections talking about exactly what I just said: assignments, games, all that stuff that you can use in your classroom, and it will be right at your fingertips. The last one was the podcast. I really enjoyed that. I actually did that when I was home over Thanksgiving break in front of my parents, and they were like, that is so cool. Your students can listen to that anytime they would like. The parents could listen to it. Anyone could listen to it and benefit from it. You could easily do that for other teachers too if you wanted to do it outside of just this ed tech classroom. And I was like, yeah, that would be so cool just to hear advice. Social media connects you to people all over the world, and I think that's what makes it so special. Something that I learned though is that you have to be wary, because it could make your life so much easier and make the class so paperless, which is overly cost efficient. But you have to remember to teach your kids those communication skills, because they could be staring at that screen all day, and so you need to encourage them to build on those communication skills, collaborate with each other, interact, etc. My big wow moment that surprised me this semester was just how many tools that I've learned, and how excited I was to have these under my belt and to have that professional blog that I could add to my portfolio for when I go out for the job searches. I really enjoyed this course. I'm going to continue to add to my Seesaw blog and show that to my future employers, which will be so convenient. Also, I have a new Twitter from my other personal one, so I can use that for my professional one, because your employer might not think that your sense of humor is funny, you know what I mean? So having that professional side is a great tool to have. So, thanks so much.